Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Firm. I'm here with Lance Moon Cayko. I am Al. Get it done, Gore. I don't have a nickname for myself. Those are all inside jokes. But we got a great show for you today. The economy, inquiries, and other forms of wealth. Let's dive into it. And first, how to increase your wealth is by getting time freedom and financial freedom through RevitRocketship.com. Up your skills, get good at what you do, understand how to model like it gets built, get your team on the same page so that you can move quicker, faster, and have a better life. RevitRocketship.com. Go check it out.
ArCat.com is your one-stop shop for specifications, CAD details, BIM content, and so much more. Whether you're an architect, engineer, or contractor, ArCat has the tools you need to streamline your projects and stay ahead of the curve. Best of all, it's completely free to use. Start your next product search on ArCat. That's ARCAT.com. Al, you're running the show. That's actually Al running the show, Gore. That is his name. Let's go.
Yep. AIA. I do love that they do their billing
Thank God.
index. And Mark LePage does it for a small architecture firm, which is also super, super neat.
And you know what? Because we, what is Fox News' slogan, whatever? Like unbiased or something like that?
Yeah.
That's us. So we, you know what? We're here to give you objective reality, and we're giving you the big architecture picture and the small architecture picture.
CNN had something funny like that too, like just straight facts or something ridiculous, and it's like
Yep.
utter nonsense. Utter
We're
nonsense.
crapping on you both. That's what we're saying.
Yep. Anyways, billings. This is the big news. The reaction. So the billings are down. They're at 43.2.
They dropped to 43.2 in April, down from 44.1. Downward trend, yeah.
Which
What goes down though must come up.
we were looking at it more closely, more regularly about a year ago, 2 years ago, and hovering around the 40, like the 50 numbers and then 48s was where it was at. So 50 means that's what last month was. And then if you went above, you'd be at like 52. 43 seems pretty low. So one, that's kind of shocking. But the biggest thing that was shocking and why I brought it back up is billings have decreased in 28 out of the past 31 months. 28 out of the past 31 months.
Wow.
Following their initial drop into negative territory after the post-pandemic boom. New project inquiries decreased for the third month in a row in April.
28 out of the last 31. That's an insane number.
And the value of new design contracts has declined at the majority of firms for 14 consecutive months.
Everybody was riding so high when all that money got printed, dude. Do you remember? It was just insane. Architecture-wise. People, the amount of people who were just crushing it. You know? Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then inflation got out of control.
And then killed a bunch of things, and then the interest rates had to go up, and then that killed the multifamily sector, and now here we are. So, but if you have been listening to the show and you're smart, like one of our good friends, Nate Hacker, and you're building a vertically integrated firm, and you decided to go the builder route and be an Architect Plus builder, and you went to architectsguide2.com and learned how to take the leap, you're doing just fine, actually. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same here. Yep. In that broader news section, some information came out. The article is private sector hiring rose by just 37,000 in May, the lowest in more than 2 years. So what it's saying is that in May, got 37,000 new jobs, but that's the lowest.
Where are you at? In the U.S. labor market already?
Yep, I'm on the
CNBC sorry. Jeez,
one.
we got to catch up to the real news.
No. The next one.
Oh.
I must
you might have told me out of order. That's okay.
Yep.
Article says, private sector hiring rose by just 37%, or 37,000 in May, the lowest in more than 2 years. Dang.
Yep.
Look at this. I just did the math, too, on the 28 months, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's about 2 years, 2.3, 2 and a third year.
Yeah.
So we're kind of lining up here.
Yep.
Just 2-year trend.
So this is below the downward revised 60,000 in April.
Oh, that's what they thought.
And the Dow Jones forecasted 110,000.
Wow. Way off.
So that's the number that I was used to hearing, like 100,000, 80,000, 160,000. I wish I was trying to find ones with good graphs because, as a visual person. Al Graph Gore. Man, we went from 0 nicknames to we got them all.
Yeah. Tell them about your Gatorade, Al.
Oh.
I told Al about this last night.
Is he on it?
Yes. Yes, he's on it. Sure.
Why buy Gatorade when they probably put high fructose syrup?
Exactly. Like if you're actually putting cane sugar or like decent sugar in it, I get it.
No.
I'm not bagging on this one.
Go back to after a hard Murph workout.
Yeah. Make sure you do a Murph. Make sure you're rucking.
Do it.
Put
Yep,
that vest
exactly.
on. Put that vest on.
Exactly. Pour some electrolytes in water.
Bingo.
And then grab your sugar that you would make a pie out of. That white, pure sugar from 1960s.
Nice. I like it. Yeah.
Do you measure it? No.
No.
Just based on feel.
It is.
You just do you even get a spoon out? No. Do you pour it and be like, I hope a whole bunch doesn't go in?
Oh, no.
Because
like straight from the bag?
Straight from the bag.
Nice.
Allerade.
Allerade. Yes.
It's like Gatorade, but it's better for you.
Yeah. I'm going to make some.
Science.
I'm going to make some this weekend after my big hike on Sunday and make sure I make a special video for Al. And it's going to be in the David Goggins style, basically.
Yeah.
Who's going to carry the boats? Who's going to make the Allerade?
And this is all based on, how there's trends, paleo, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That
Are you starting one?
Well, the one I'm predicting in the future, I won't start, but I'll be able to say I was on it, was people coming back to just real sugar is fine for you. Stop all this stevia. Stop all this. I do love Diet Coke. I just got into Diet Coke.
Interesting.
I'll only do it once every 2 weeks.
Why? Why do you like it?
So I was doing the Murphs, and then I was my group chat with all my buds. I was like, hey, guys, there's like 3 doctors.
Is Matty P doing this?
No. So there's a nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
There's a real doctor that's a surgeon, and then there's a guy who has his PhD in political science. So
Who's actually also a doctor?
Yes, PhD.
Exactly. He's actually a doctor.
So what I do is I ask doctor questions. So I say, for the doctors, I include the nurse practitioner.
God, I love this so much.
Should I have Diet
Thank you for
Coke
being
after
like
my
this.
workout? So the real doctors say, no, this is stupid. Stop doing that.
Wow, don't do that.
Soda's not good for you.
Yeah.
The PhD in political science says, this is totally acceptable. Doing it!
I would ask for a Diet Coke prescription from the PhD.
Oh.
Like, can you write that for me?
Yeah. Even like, take this
I would
text.
constantly be asking my PhD friend, my doctor friend, my real doctor, for prescriptions. Like, how are you? Please tell me you're doing this.
Oh, all the time.
Thank God. Like, I would just
I've said-
demand, like, I'm going to need a prescription for this.
Well, I don't do as much as I should, but it started when I didn't know what was wrong with me and there was a bulge. So I sent a picture to the group, and he immediately said it was a hernia.
Ah.
And it was correct.
Yeah.
The doctors came in later. They're just late to the thumb, texting.
Yeah.
So like,
They're
I'm
on
like,
they're on.
I guess my chat group is great. So now I've got something weird. Just text the group.
Better than WebMD. TextMD.
Yeah, text MD. Circling back to whatever we were talking about.
Back to this show.
Yep. we stay on the rails. Reuters. I think that was the same.
Okay, now are we on to the Reuters?
U.S.
Okay.
labor market losing momentum. Same things. Oh, producer inflation comes in tame. That was the other thing. That inflation from last month only went up 0.1%.
Oh, not
it's
bad.
Basically at like a 2 point.
But now because of the war, the escalated war in the Middle East, oil's going to go up, so who knows?
Yep. Oil's going to go up and all that.
Oil futures skyrocketed last night. They were up like 7%.
And we didn't know
this was
that.
right after I'm seeing prices down here. Sorry, three like less than $3 a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Wyoming's like 250.
Yep. Out in Wells County, yeah, it's 250.
Yep.
I get it out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. Israel. This may not be topical if you listen to it in a week or two.
It may not. We may be back to riot season, frankly.
Yep. There's riot season. There's nuclear war season.
Yeah.
Lots
of cool stuff
we'll
going
see.
on in the world.
But I was going to relate this to. So the big things, overarching things before this war interrupted my thought pattern was jobs are just kind of flat, maybe not even keeping up. Inflation seems as low as it's going to go at a 2.3 handle.
Also flat. Yeah.
Flat, down. They kind of made up that it has to be below 2. Like that was just like a made up thing that some guy in Australia, some banker said in Australia, and they said that sounds good. So like the the ruling class, once they say something, they like really stick to it for a long time. Like
You got to hand
like
to
the
them,
food pyramid.
You got to
That's
hand.
great.
Hey, for decades.
Yeah.
Eat this poison in this specific amount.
Yep.
You got to hand it to them. They are principled.
Yeah, consistent. Maybe not principle.
Consistency is key.
But where I was going with this is that if we look at the Fed rates of the major players, right now China is at 3. They're Fed, and they call them different things, but it's the Fed, right? China's Fed is at 3. Canada's Fed is at 2.75. EU Fed is at 2. Fed, U.S. Fed, original Fed, American Eagle Fed, 4.33. So we're a little bit higher than everyone else.
You know what? I think we're going to be able to go back to, you had it written there in the show notes. I think we can actually go back to something I wanted to talk about, which is, where did I put I remember I had it in here with, there was a Boulder report about, is this making remember this? This was like weeks ago.
But what, on housing?
Yeah. And we were going to go into deep detail about it, and I wanted to, and I'm like, well, we just don't have time to do it. After show after show after show. Single stairwell. I wish you could
I thought
remember.
it was Denver.
No,
man.
it wasn't Denver. It was like Boulder had some report about it, and now I can't find it, and it's making me a little sad.
Yeah, I was searching. I can't find it either.
Yeah. I got some news. How about this? There's let's go to ADU news. So this I believe at the end of this month, June 30th, the state of Colorado, every jurisdiction, every permitting jurisdiction, county, city, whatever, has until the end of this month to comply with the law that was passed at the state level to increase ADUs.
Yes.
And I think you've heard through the grapevine up in the office what's going on, right?
Yeah.
There's now 5 or 6 jurisdictions that are fighting back.
Suing
Suing the state of Colorado.
Yep.
To not allow.
At the last minute, too, like, now we will decide to sue the state. Instead of, like, they could have done this 6 months ago. They could have said, like...
They could have, all the mayors who didn't agree, which, like, hey, I'm all about... I understand it's a draconian law.
I do, too.
You know, like, I can see both sides of the coin because, again, we're fair and balanced.
Yes,
That's
fair
what
and
I was
balanced.
looking for. We're fair and balanced.
Yeah.
Came to me. I had to get further through my coffee. I can see both sides of the coin, and then that, okay, this is a draconian law. It's top down. It was from the state level. Now you're going to force all these cities and counties to do this. And, like, let's say there would have been a dozen commissioners, counties, cities. You could have got together and had a consortium and started pushing back way
A year ago. A year
ago. Because people have planned businesses around this law going into effect. Plan their lives around it.
I want to reemphasize how crazy it is that the cities are doing this, because the state gave them basically a year and a half to plan for this. The state could have gave them 4 years, 5 years. The state could have gave them 6 months for all I care, but they gave them a year and a half. And we're a month or two from that being that year and a half date. Yeah. And I still had more. I had a...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're grabbing up the new... Yep.
No. I added some quickly.
On the fly, yep. Okay.
So, to wait until the last month and be like, we're not going to do it, and we're going to sue, is crazy.
Is bonkers.
Is crazy.
Yeah, it's not really fair, but the government's never fair. Hang on, I'm just going to hit the record button again one more time.
Yep.
on the loom, and then Al on the fly. If you're somebody,
Al on the fly.
if we had an actual editor, Bill, if we could actually afford to pay you to edit the episodes, then I would want a
counter.
Every time there's a new like the nickname counter. That's what we would call it.
It'd pop up. Third nickname,
and then there would be a ding. That would happen.
Al on the fly.
Amazon, am I doing this one?
Wait, yep. Wait. So all that news about the economy, I would say personally, the last 2 weeks inquiries are up. Inquiries.
I'm getting a lot of calls.
Okay. Now, and then I was going to say, not everything is a financial form of wealth. The big three, when people say, like, what are your wealths? People have their own personal things. Financial, family, and fitness. Lance, Liggity Cayko.
Yeah, am I pulling up this Amazon link?
Yeah, you should know what it is. Did you just post about this? The 5 types of wealth this morning? Going running?
On my LinkedIn?
Yeah.
I mean, you might be seeing an old post.
Oh.
But that's okay.
Timeline.
I like talking about me.
So just remember, everyone.
Did I show me what I posted? Keep going. Keep talking.
Yep. I would have to find it.
That's okay. I know how to.
It was about running in the morning at 5 a.m.
This is not me, Al. I'm not running at 5 a.m. in the morning at all, ever.
Who?
I'm doing.
World?
I'm doing this kind of cool stuff. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you know,
Dude, I'm gonna find probably not during this, but some other time.
Somebody else did. Yes.
And it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you, and you'll be like, I post so much. I don't even
5
remember
in the morning. I'm not
No. Running.
I'm not
Who's gonna
running.
go for a run?
I'm not running either, bro. I am not
Gonna
running
find
either.
it. Anyways,
What if I have a doppelganger twin that I don't even know about, and Al is finding it?
that'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Cool. Okay, keep going on to this though.
Anyways,
There's other forms, yes.
time wealth, social wealth, mental wealth, physical wealth, and financial wealth.
Yeah.
So if one's not working out for you, don't worry. You got family wealth. You got a whole bunch of different wealths.
Yeah, and you know what it really boils down to, I think? I've been really thinking about this. The difference between happiness and content. And like Kid Cudi has a really good song about this. The pursuit of happiness, right? And I think he's lamenting. The way the song resonates to me is like he's lamenting about trying to chase happiness and how it's a fleeting. It's just constantly fleeting, and there's something really important about finding like being content with where you're at. But you know, you gotta have your freedom from anxiety of like worrying about money in order to do that. And then just understanding that, like, it's not, these possessions don't go with you when you die. They don't. Maybe they go on to your kids, great. But then maybe your kids blow the wealth that you built, right? Because there's all the statistics. I was just telling Kyler about this, my oldest. He was like, he doesn't have any money right now. And he needs all this money to get to New York to do this modeling gig that he's trying to get going. I told him, hey, I'll pay for your flight. I've got credits with United. Dad'll help you. Dad's here to help you. Dad'll be your backdrop. But I'm not paying for 3 weeks of an Airbnb in New York. You can imagine how much that would be.
Yep.
Right? Even if you're splitting it. Oh my gosh. You're not paying for your food. And I was like, you need to figure out you got to put together a matrix for yourself of like, how much is it going to cost? Do all the things. And nobody's going to hand it to you, because what happens is if you get all the wealth handed to you, like, you don't value money the same. You don't value that wealth. If you work for that dollar, the way you think about that dollar is much different, because you're trading time, like I was saying, right? You're trading social wealth. You're trading maybe even your mental wealth if you're working for somebody and you're not happy. Maybe you're a blue collar, you're trading your physical wealth for that, right? And then you finally get to a little bit of financial wealth, and then all of those previous things are in perspective, and that's why you're looking at that dollar much differently than if you were handed that dollar.
Absolutely. Great way to sum it up. Couldn't find it. Probably wasn't you. Everyone else, have a good time and take us out.
If you like this episode, you're watching on the YouTube, like, subscribe. If you are listening on iTunes, 5-star reviews. We'll see you next week. Beautiful. We made it.